Are you a current California resident looking to make a move to the greater Seattle area? Well, lucky for you, in today's video, I'm going over just that. Things you should expect when moving to the Seattle area from California. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, I'm Bryce Greenleaf. I'm a local real estate agent here in the greater Seattle area, and I love making videos all about moving to this area and what it's like to live in Seattle and its surrounding suburbs. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell so you get notified whenever I put out a new video. I love helping you guys out, answering all your questions about moving over this way and what to expect when you're kind of making that transition from wherever you're living to the greater Seattle area. So if you've got any questions that I can answer for you, feel free to reach out to me here at my info on the screen. You can call, text, or email me. Also, if you're looking to buy a home over here when you're making the move and you want to evaluate what your options might be, different areas you can consider, and the whole home buying process, definitely feel free to reach out to me. I love helping you guys out, finding that next home for you when you're moving from out of state to the greater Seattle area. But like I said, on today's video, I'm going to go over 7 things that you should consider when you're moving from California to Seattle. So number 1 is the cheaper cost of living. Now for most of the rest of the country, Seattle area is not going to be cheaper cost of living for you. But for those of you coming from California, it likely is. Now of course it depends widely on what part of California you're moving from and what part of the Seattle area you're going to plan to move to, because there are some high home prices in the Seattle area, as we all know. But as of right now, the median home price in the state of California is $813,000. Now, when we compare that to the median home price of the Seattle metro area, now when I say Seattle metro, I mean King County, which is the county Seattle is in, and the county north in Snohomish County, and the county south, which is Pierce County. The median home price in the Seattle metro area is $715,000. Now, like I said, it's super specific. I'm comparing the whole state of California to just the Seattle metro area. If I was to compare it to the whole state of Washington, it would be at least a $300,000 difference in median home price. But because the Seattle metro area is much more expensive than the rest of the state, it is about a $100,000 difference in median home price from the Seattle metro area to the state of California. And that might be more if you're coming from one of the more expensive areas like San Francisco, Los Angeles, places like that. Now, number 2, and this goes right along with the cost of living, is there's no state income tax in Washington state. So if you're coming from California, you're very likely paying a high rate in state income tax. You're probably paying 10% or more for a lot of you. So coming over here to Washington, to the Seattle area, is going to save you a good chunk of change every year with not having to pay that state income tax. So definitely something that you want to consider and be aware of, because that can really alter your entire cost of living expenses and really how you're budgeting everything out. All right, and point number 3 is you don't have to live right into Seattle. So the common theme with all of my videos on my channel, moving to Seattle, different suburbs to consider, all the different videos that I have, is I'm very rarely talking about the city of Seattle specifically. We have so many great surrounding suburbs that you want to consider when you're moving over here. You know, you may want to live right in Seattle, but for most of you, you don't want to. For all the people that I've talked to, most often people are looking for some surrounding suburbs to be relatively close to Seattle, but not right in the city of Seattle. So we've got a wide variety of different suburbs here, from the more expensive areas like Bellevue and Kirkland and Redmond and Sammamish and Issaquah, which are all on the east side of Seattle, to some cheaper areas down south like Tacoma, Kent, Auburn, Puyallup, which will be the most bang for your buck. And then going up north, you've kind of got a happy medium in Snohomish County with places like Linwood and Mountlake Terrace and Bothell and Lake Stevens and Snohomish. There's so many different options that you can consider when you're moving over here. Feel free to check out one of my recent videos right up here on different suburbs around the Seattle area that you might want to consider. As you probably know, the city of Seattle has its share of issues like many downtown areas have. So that might be something you want to avoid and move out to one of these cleaner suburbs. Recently, I had somebody come in here from out of state that I've been helping out tell me that Bellevue, which is just east of Seattle on the other side of the lake, they told me Bellevue was one of the cleanest, if not the cleanest downtown area they had ever seen. Bellevue is a very large downtown area. There's a lot of money in Bellevue, but it is very, very clean. It's a stark difference from what the downtown Seattle area offers. So there's many different options that you can consider to get away from maybe the things that you aren't looking forward to within the specific city of Seattle. All right, and point number 4 is that the Seattle freeze is completely overrated. Now, you may have heard before the term Seattle freeze. When you move over to this area, people aren't very friendly. I completely disagree with that fact. There may be some spots within the city of Seattle with maybe not quite as friendly, but especially in all of these surrounding suburbs, there are some great people around here. Great community feels, just a lot of different people that are always looking out for the community and are very nice to everybody on a daily basis. So in my opinion, Seattle freeze is completely overrated, and it's definitely not something that you should have affect your desirability to move over to this area, because I really don't think you're going to experience that. All right, and point number 4 is the Seattle weather. So you may like it, you may not like it. I don't know if this is going to be a pro for you or a con for you. For me, I love it. Here in Seattle, you're going to get pretty close to 4 seasons, unlike some other parts of the country and probably many parts of California. We're experiencing a lot of sun and a lot of heat and not a wide range of different seasons. So here, we're going to have great summers. Right now, actually, we're in the middle of the worst heat wave in Seattle history. That is not normal. Right now we're in the upper 90s, low 100s over this week. But typically in the summer, in June, you're going to see temps just barely reaching 70 degrees. And then for July and August, you're going to see those average temperatures in the mid 70s to low 80s. So it's going to be a beautiful summer. It's not too hot where you can't go outside or enjoy yourself, but it's still warm enough that you can go on the lake, go on the Puget Sound, enjoy all of these activities, go hiking without killing yourself in extreme heat like many other places experience. So it's a great summer over here. In winter, you're going to get a little bit of snow, but it's not going to be overwhelming. You're not going to consistently be stuck sitting at home because you can't get out in the snow. It seems like about once a year we get one decent sized snowstorm that'll maybe last for 2-3 days, and then it'll clear up, and then really the rest of the winter you're not going to get a lot of snow. The temperatures aren't going to get insanely low. I mean, you're talking low 40s, mid 40s for the most part. It'll get colder at night, but definitely doable, not extremely freezing temperatures. And then in the spring and the fall, you're going to get a lot of cloudy, rainy days, that's for sure. One common misconception is people think Seattle is one of the rainiest cities in the country, and it's actually not even in the top 10 for the amount of rainfall on a yearly basis. Now, one of the reasons for that is because we don't usually get torrential downpours over here. We get a lot of just kind of drizzly, gray kind of weather. So in terms of the number of days we get rain, we're still not even in the top few of large metro areas. I think we're right in the top 5. So you're going to get a good amount of days with some, drizzly rain. So it's definitely something you should expect, but personally, I like it. We get to experience all the different seasons. You get your sun in the summer, you get a little bit of snow and cold in the winter, and in the fall and spring, you're experiencing some rain and some gray, cloudy days. All right, and point number 6 is there are great job opportunities in this area within the city of Seattle and within surrounding suburbs. Some of the biggest industries in this area are tech, aerospace, maritime, sciences, healthcare, and many other industries. I mean, you were talking about companies like Amazon, Facebook, Google, Boeing, Microsoft, T-Mobile headquarters is over here. There's an abundance of different companies around here providing job opportunities for you. So if you're moving over this way looking for a new job opportunity, there will likely be some good options within your field. All right, and the last point number 7 is outdoor activities. Now, if you're coming from California, you're probably used to being outdoors. You're probably used to having those outdoor activities. And the nice thing about moving over here is you're not going to have to sacrifice any of that. The Pacific Northwest is one of the best places you can possibly be if you're an outdoor enthusiast, whether that's hiking and mountain biking, water skiing, hanging out on the boat on the lake, going swimming, skiing, snowboarding, hanging out, doing winter sports, doing summer sports. There's all different kinds of things. You can go over here. There's trails everywhere, flat trails if you want to go run your dog, go on your bike, whether that's a paved trail or unpaved trails, hikes, like I said. So there's so much that you can do over here outdoors. And with you experiencing every season throughout the year, you can have a wide range of different things that you can do throughout the year. All right, guys, well, that wraps up my list of the 7 things that you should know before moving over to the Seattle area from California. Like I said, if you've got any questions, if you're planning to make a move over here, you want help buying a home, or you've just got questions about certain areas, feel free to to reach out to me. My info is here on the screen. Like I said, you can call, text, or email me. I'd be happy to answer any of the questions that you have, or simply reply in the comments if you've got a question you want answered or a topic that you want covered on a future video. I'd be more than happy to do that. Otherwise, I thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.